It's the 1st of December, and that means that it's day one of the HutVent calendar for 2021. So many of you said that you enjoyed last year's calendar that you asked us to do it all over again this year. So between today and Christmas Day, we shall be bringing you interesting, unusual and curious things from the Great War Huts collection. And we're going to start today by looking at some bits and bobs brought back by an officer who served in the South African War as well as the First World War. Lieutenant Purvis was a member of the 20th Company Imperial Yeomanry, and 20th Company were from Fife up in Scotland. And when he returned home, he brought some souvenirs back in this rubberised canvas bag that still has his name on it. It had his sewing kit and this little sort of personal organiser with his name still written on it, and his officer's field record book, which has some notes from his time in South Africa, but interestingly also has his organisational notes for the coronation parade on the 9th of August 1902, with a list of all those who took part in the parade and the support, the cooks and the bottle washers and all those who helped behind the scenes to make sure that their contingent was fed and watered. But what I'd really like to look at and concentrate on is this, which is an interesting and unusual piece made by a company called Holbros, who were at Duke Street in London at Piccadilly. And Holbros, throughout the Victorian period, the late Victorian period and the early Edwardian period, specialised in things like upmarket angling equipment and camping kit. And this is a pocket candle holder for use in trenches and tents. And it's survived remarkably well for something which almost certainly served through the South African War as well as his time in the First World War. But I think that the thing that fascinates me most isn't so much the fact that the holder itself has survived, but there's a complete packet here of trench and tent candles made by Holbros, specially manufactured for use in the Holbros pocket holder, which obviously this is. And it says that each candle will burn for 3.5 hours. And obviously I suspect he probably got through quite a few of those on active service, but just these bits of packaging, it's just remarkable that something like this, something made of paper that has survived all these years later, let alone the fact that the candles would have been useful in the event of a power cut or something like that. And it always fascinates us that to find these little pieces of kit, because the big heavy stuff, the shells, the tin helmets, they survive well, but this sort of stuff really doesn't. So there we go. Lieutenant Purvis, who obviously later rose to far greater heights, but from his time during the South African War, he's Holbros trench candle holder.